See that? It's a fish, yeah? Hopefully it's a sole. It looks like a flatfish bite. Hello! How you doing, everyone? Welcome back. Well, it was meant to be Chesil Beach, but I'll show you that way. It's gonna piss down all day and tomorrow. So I've decided to nip out locally to me here on the mighty Bristol Channel. I was due to be fishing today on Chesil with my good friend. I just couldn't do it. It's gonna hammer down. It's already raining in West Bay. And I mean rain. Proper rain. So here we are. We're out on my own on the mighty Bristol Channel. I've not been out on the Bristol Channel for a few weeks, so I don't really know. You make your own luck, you know this. Yeah, it's Monday morning and I actually fly out to Norway tomorrow. So we've pretty much got today to do some fishing. So here we are. Beautiful, eh? It's 7 o'clock. It's sunny for now. In a minute, I'll show you that way. It's coming in. I've got my waterproofs just in case. But welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Somerset. Today, I'm going to try and target some thornback rays, maybe a bass, maybe a conger eel. Yeah, I don't know. Let's just come out and fish. How you all doing? Good. Hope you had a great weekend. I did. Had a nice early night last night. So I hoped to wake up and it wouldn't be raining. So I set my alarm for 5:30, woke up, looked outside, checked the weather app, and it says I've got until about 10 o'clock. I will be fishing until about 11 maybe. So I got my waterproofs, but we got a chance. Normally when I'm out fishing myself, I don't really care if it rains, but when you're filming, it's pretty impossible on your own. Things get broken, things fall over, and that's just me. No, jokes aside, it's not really worth coming out when it's pissing down. It's not good for you guys, and it's shit for the filming. What I'm gonna do is continue setting up, have a couple of casts on my multiplier. The water's just about, yeah, just about there for me to have a fish, as long as I pop the lead out. So what I'll do is continue setting up. When I bring it back, I'll show you my rigs, I'll show you my bait. We'll talk about my target species, which I've already mentioned, as in thornback rays, bass, maybe a smooth hound. Not very common here on a high water mark, but over there on the low water mark, yeah, you get a few. So I'm not really sure. Let's just come out 3 or 4 hours, hopefully not get too wet, get a few bites on camera for you, and maybe make us a nice video. Thanks everyone. As you know, it's a privilege to be out fishing for you. Hopefully I can get us in on the action. My rods, Blackout, Tronix Pro, competition Blackout, glass tip. As you know, I've been using them for a while. Wow, it's beautiful. It's like a real summer's morning walking along the lane. The wildlife was out. Smelt like summer. You could smell the grass cuttings. It's beautiful. Looking that way though. Yeah. I can imagine walking back from here in 3 hours time or 3.5 hours time, but it's slamming down. But that is the British summertime. Although, to be fair, it's not been too bad this year. I think there's been more sunnier days than rainy days. My second rod is the beautiful Any Fish Anywhere Tournament Match Pro Mark II. As you've seen recently, I've just been on Chesil Beach, overhead thumping, catching a few bream and bits and bobs. Today I'm going to give it a little tickle. I'm not a superstar caster, as you know, but I'm going to strap up a whole squid bait, maybe a whole joey, or a double squid bait and ping it out in the tide at certain times here, naturally. So yeah, this is a lovely rod, by the way. It's powerful. I've been using the normal Match Pro and I love it. It's 13.7 and it's probably the rods I'm going to go for next. As I mentioned before, Any Fish Anywhere, Julian has kindly lent me a tournament and a standard Match Pro just to see how I get on with them. This one's 13.10. Sorry, I've got loads of cows behind me again. We've done this before here. That's why I've not gone in the field. I don't know if you can remember, about a year ago I was filming in the field and all the cows come round me. And they were all little bulls. Yeah, it was quite funny. I basically shit myself and they chased me. Like a night in. No. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is continue setting up. Obviously on my reels, let me show you quickly. I've got my new line. There you go. That's the line. All right, it's called Night. At night, the line shines up with your headlamp. Perfect for me when I've used it for slack liners. Sometimes when we're baiting up and we're looking around, bang, headlamp picks it up, slack line. Another thing it's good for, when you're fishing a match or in a tight area or you're fishing a snaggy area, like somewhere like this, it's great to see where your line is when you shine your headlamp. Sometimes we don't want to have our headlamp on full beam. The good thing about this line is I have it on like a wide beam, not very bright, doesn't travel very far, and you can see it clear as day. It's a beautiful line. Someone said to me, oh yeah, but why do you want your line shining up at night? Surely it'll put off a fish. Obviously they weren't thinking, it's only reactive to light. It doesn't shine up itself. It doesn't charge up like a UV thing. If you shine a light on it, you can see it doesn't hold the charge, if that makes sense. So don't worry about that. Anyway, that's enough waffling. When I bring it back, I'll show you my bait, I'll show you my rigs, and we are just gonna do some fishing. What I'm gonna do now is show you my audience again. I've been wise enough to stay out of that field, but I'm gonna spin you around. I'm gonna show you the rain. That is definitely coming, and I'll show you my friends, which are watching me. Yeah, very much so, looking at me over the fence. And there you go. Oh, no, that's a cat, and we've done that before. I'm not doing that joke again. As you could see. No, we're not doing that again either. Look, there's cows. And there's a rain coming. Doesn't look too bad right now, but I can promise you by about 11 o'clock when we're leaving, it's gonna piss down, mate. Anyway, back to the fishing. Right, what I've got here is, let me put a grip lead on. My first rig is a Shore Hunter pulley. I've not really used pulleys for a while because I've been targeting small fish. But as the winter comes on and the cod turn up on Jazzle, I'll be fishing simple again. Right, I've got a 6-ounce gripper to a splashdown, a 100-pound rig body to a bead, pulley bead, bead, swivel, to a 70-pound hook length. Yuki Invisible quality stuff, to a 5/0 circle held with my tubing, and a 4/0 J hook, just in case we hook that zoo creature here on the mighty Bristol Channel. Bait wise, right bait squid, simple stuff. I've got some ragworm and some frozen blacks. I've got some ragworm from the other day. I changed the paper a few times, but it's gone pretty gacky. But what I'll do is I'll bind it on with some elastic. I've got some frozen blacks, which were fresh last week, so they're good. And obviously I've got squid. I've got a couple of peeler crabs, frozen. So let's get it on. Right, what I'm gonna do now is bait up. Shall I leave you live? Yeah, go on then. Go on then. Squid. Oh. Hopefully you can see me with the sun behind me. It's quite bright today. Probably only need 4 or 5 squid, so what I've done is I'll put them back in my cool box every time I get them out, just to keep them frozen. So when I go home, I can just drop them straight back in the freezer. As we know, bait's expensive. Right, whole squid. Hopefully for a thornback ray or maybe a bass. I'm going to strap some rag to it. Might put a double squid out actually. Let's do a double. A doubler. Ooh. I'm not going to be smacking it a mile. So. Got to be a nice fawny out there, hasn't there? I haven't caught a fawny for a while. Mainly because I haven't been out fishing for them, but yeah, it's nice and gooey, this squid. How you all doing? Hope you're doing all right. Hope you're looking after yourself. I am, kind of. I'm being loads healthier. No drinking. I had some takeaways though. It was my boys, so 2 of my boys had their birthdays last weekend. Or, sorry, this weekend just gone. So yeah, we done a little bit. Watched England. Not great, but better. I'm slowly packing ready for Norway, which we go tomorrow, which is fine. Get out there and film, probably 5, 6 sessions for you. Mix it up, go out on the place, halibut. Yeah, enjoy it really. More of a holiday instead of a filming one, but yeah, I'll get the camera out, you know me. Oh. See if there's any water in any of the puddles behind. I don't think there will be because the tides have been small. Just to wash my hands. God, that sun's coming up now. Hopefully, by miracles, we stay out of the rain. Anyway, there you go. Let's get it out there. Cheers, everyone. Let's do some fishing. It's beautiful, look. Look behind me though, it's slightly grey. You could say this. Let's get these out now. Let's get fishing, shall we? Right. Let's go. Nothing fancy for the first couple of casts. And there you go, everyone. There's a double squid on my 5-foot shore hunter pulley. No hand guard, so I've got to cast like a man. Not cast properly for ages. There we are. Right, for my second rig, I'm going to go for a loop rig. I've got some ragworm, I've got some blacks, and the good thing with a loop rig, as you know, I can mix it up and put 2 baits out there. There is a chance of a sole or a flounder where I'm fishing. Right, let's get some rag. I've got loads of it, but it's gone a little bit. It's still alive. It's a bit funky, but that's all right. Change of paper and stuff, it's just died, pretty much. That can happen. Flatfish won't care. So fucking noisy. If I was just using single hooks or a pulley, I probably wouldn't be using all this rag. But the good thing about using a loop rig is you can experiment on one hook, as I like to do. There you go, that's some nice rag. And what I'll do now, get some frozen blacks, get a couple out and keep them frozen. I'll get away with one. Beauty, eh? Look at them. I froze them myself last week, so I know how good they are. The best thing to do is keep them frozen, then they're easier to bind up with elastic. As I tell you all the time, keep your frozen baits frozen and your fresh baits fresh. Although my ragworm aren't that fresh, but they were out in the sun. I took them out for the day, kept them in my cool box, but they're out the fridge, you know. But they're okay. Got a chance of school bass as well, and oh, decent bass actually. 3 or 4 pounder if we're lucky. Got a couple of crab. Yeah, we're just gonna keep the baits going in. We won't get stripped here, there's no crabs or... So it's good really, you can just plop a bait out there, change it every 20 minutes, compared to what Chesil's like recently. There you go. Just like that. Blacks and rag. Right, I've got a puddle back there. Hopefully it's not just a piss pool where everyone's been pissing. It don't matter though, it's better than worm guts. Oh, it's warm and it smells of piss. No, I'm joking. Right, let's get this out there. And there we go. Got some ragworm and some blacks. That's fish on. I'm not going to belt this one again. I'm just going to drop it in the bay. Hopefully, can pick up a flatty or maybe a bass. Ooh. So what I'm going to do now is a squid in black wrap. I'm going to put it on an up and over rig for maybe a bass or a ray. I'm just doing that now while you're on the rods. I'll show you in a minute. It's quite a good one. I'm pleased with it. Nice fresh blacks. Well, fresh frozen last week. They've only been in the freezer 3 days. I changed the paper and froze them, so they're pretty much like fresh. Here you go, ready? Look at that. Fresh blacks and squid on it up and over. Well, that sun's really warm. So nice. Look at Wales across there. Newport, Cardiff. Looking good. The good thing about fishing up here, your baits are just untouched, unless you get a fish. Oh, it's pretty clear up here as well for a change, which is quite strange. I see over in Wales they're catching, across there, they're catching mackerel, which is pretty much insane. Oh. And there we are. See what I mean? That bait is untouched, just like it went out, but that's fine. I like it. Let's have a go, shall we? Try and cast properly. There could be a bit of weight there. Not this time. Bait's untouched, see? It's great. The good thing is you know you're fishing the whole time. When you're getting stripped, it's a nightmare, isn't it? Anyway, let's sort this out. So this is my loop rig, rag, blacks. Let's get it out in that tide. Try and stay away from the other rod. Let's see if I can hit it a bit further. Nice, that loop rig. I love this line, by the way, people. It's just smooth. That's out there. So on the right hand one, I've got some black and rag on my loop rig. A little bit further, and on the left one, got that lovely piece of squid with a black on it on the up and over. But yeah, they're both in the tide. See a nice tide line coming now. As we've done before, it's about half an hour before high, so what happens? It switches. That's why I put it a little bit further to hopefully get that first bit of push. But it's quiet. Bait's untouched again. Oh, look at that. Damn it. That's beautiful bait. Oh. It's just no fish. Why? Bristol Channel isn't being very nice to me recently. It's out there. I'm trying out of there. Got lovely baits. Ragworm and fresh blacks. Well, fresh frozen. You know what I mean. I just can't believe it. The good thing is it's a smaller tide. So it's just over 12 meters. So what that means is it comes in slower and goes out slower, which is a good thing. So I've got more time before the water empties out, and it's good for me to get a few fish now. I love this tide. Fresh baits. Just wipe my hands. Don't come off. It's out there. Come on, fishies. Come on. We've had it before here. I know I've told you quite a few times, the best time for me is like now down, the last hour. So sometimes you can be sweating a little bit, not literally, but no bites, no fish, and boom, boom, boom. So that's what I'm hoping for. I'm holding out, but yeah, it's been pretty slow. But I fish really well and put some nice baits out there. So that's all that matters. It's been lovely. I'm very lucky to be out here. Come on. Come on, fishies. What's that? Bang, bang, bang. Oh, got a spider on me. Ooh. Look at that, that was out there half an hour. Can't do much more than that. So there we are, look at the rods. The last 45 minutes, half an hour you get here, it pulls like a train, the tide, and that's when I get the fish. Normally you can pick up a bass. I'm holding on, but I've been here before, I've been blanking, then boom. What you find, in about half an hour, the rods come back, you lose the tide pull, and then the water goes out. Right, I was just thinking about packing up, and my left arm rod is just pulled down. I've not got much water. I just had a nice pull down, but I'm going to leave it just in case. It's a sole. Okay, it's on my small hooks, on my loop rig. And where I'm fishing today, normally I fish a little bit further down. It's quite easy to get down. But yeah, I just had a whack. I had 2 or 3 now. I had a flock of birds fly by like before, and I thought one of them hit my line, but I just come back and it just pulled right down. So we keep you live. Oh my God, it's been a hard session. Oh. Well, I don't know what to do. Right, what I'm going to do is bring in the right hand one. I don't mind getting down if I've got a fish, but I don't want both of them to get hung up on the rocks. The water goes right out here and I can get down on the mud. There you go. See that? It's a fish there. Hopefully it's a sole. It looks like a flatfish bite. It's been a tough session. It started to rain, but it's not really coming much. Come on. So I can get this over the rocks. I've got to get down on them anyway if I need to, so it's not a problem. That one's stuck in, I'll get that in a minute. Oh, definitely got a bite on there. I got size 2 hooks. So I'm just going to let the fish nail it. Right, what I'm going to do is go down and have a look at this fish. I may go ass over tip. It's going to be slippery, but we've got a chance. I really think it's a sole, but as you know, I don't like to say because I get it wrong, but it feels like a sole. It looks like a sole bite. So I'm going to get down just in case. I may fall over, but it'd be fun for you guys, eh? I've not got my studs, but it should be right where I am. Anything green, don't stand on it, but I've got you today. Fish on. Fish on. Hopefully it's a sole. Hey, how you doing everyone? As you can see, I'm a little bit smaller than normal, believe it or not. I'm out of range for my mic, so I tried to move the camera as close as I could, but as you can see, the water's gone out. But I'm probably saying, yeah, it's a thornback, it's a conger eel, it's a stingray. Oh, no, I'm actually saying I think it's a sole all the way in. Feels like a sole,
looks like a sole, tastes like a sole. It might be a bass. Yeah, as you can see, I'm big time in it. Oh yeah, as I said, right at the end I get a bass. I'm a fishing legend. No, I'm joking. I'm not saying anything like that. But luckily, what I said has happened again. But it's really strange here. As you can see, the water's gone right out and the fish seem to run along the last bit of the tide. Here we go. We can see a fish splashing around. I'm praying now. I don't really pray, but you know what I mean. It's a fish. What fish have we got? Anyway, I'll see you in a minute.
Bollocks. I thought that was a sole. Oh, not worried. Still a nice fish. Oh. Oh, damn it. That's all right though. Pretty happy. We didn't blank. And there you are. You know what I'm like with my fish recognition? Look at that lovely sole. Now, look at that bass, everyone. We didn't blank. Thanks, Mr. Bass. As I said, as that tide started to rip the last half an hour, I can normally get us into a bass. The fish seem to come through and the tide line comes right in, and then now it's gone. And as you can see, the water has pretty much gone. But that's a beautiful school bass. What I'm gonna do is get him straight back, but we're on the fish, and that's really it. I'm gonna get this bass away. I'm gonna go home now, pack my stuff and make my way to Gatwick to fly out to Norway. So I'll see you very soon somewhere else. Well, in Norway. Cheers everyone, thanks for watching. Cheers, Mr. Bass.